I thought I'd do something a little different today by first showing off the first 5 comics I bought and own, and then go into my haul, showing off the books that I've accumulated since my last haul video. First off, I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers, old and new. I just passed 250 subs, so thank you. I was like at 200 like a month ago, so really thank you to reach that that milestone number of 250. Shout out Timothy, the Canadian comic hunter, and Rag, I think it's 718. I appreciate both of their constant comments and reviews. This was actually in my last haul video, but Swamp Thing 3, I forgot to mention that this is actually the first time Swamp Thing realizes that he can. He has the ability. This is just on the CGC notes, but it's basically the first time that Swamp Thing discovers the ability to regenerate his body parts, and that's a big part of who he is. It's like basically Batman and his his belt, all those gadgets. So somewhat of a key, but yeah, I just forgot to mention that, so I just thought I'd show this off. Yeah, I mean, I've been getting into the horror genre. Bought a lot of books. Yeah, so let me just show off the first 5 books I've ever owned. Let me put these. Well, I'll just keep this up. So actually, this is the first. This is the first comic book I ever owned. I don't know what year this came out. Maybe 99 or 98, but it's basically the 100th. Like the USPS, like a giveaway, celebrating 100 years. There's not really a story to it, just historical events in U.S. history. It's a nice cover. You got the Holy Trinity. It's it's basically an album. It's a superhero stamp album. I think it's like just like a promotional item, but I think it's really hard. I think maybe I was probably like 3 years old, maybe when I got this. It was like for like a preschool, like a friend or just a person who was in my class. I attended like a Shakey's for their birthday, and it was like a superhero theme, and like each kid got a comic, and this was the comic that I got. But I actually got someone else's comic, Batman Mask of the Phantasm 1, but I sold that one away for like 50 cents 2-3 years ago. But yeah, this is the first comic I ever owned. It's pretty good shape for for a 3-year-old, but or I don't know, 4 or 5, but yeah, this is definitely a keeper for me. Let me just put these away. So this is the second book I ever owned. This was the first book that was bought. I didn't buy it, but Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones #1. Yeah, I was really in love with the movie. This was at a bookstore. I asked my mom to buy it for me, and she did. Yeah, I mean, this thing is really beat. I mean, this is like a Golden Age book. This is like a 1.8, like even a 2.0, or maybe even a 1.5, 1.0. I mean, it's really, I loved and read this book. I put it in my backpack, put it in, like read it in bed, like on the floor. I mean, this thing is just like, there's a big tear here. Like, this is a modern book, but like it's like a Silver Age book. Like, the shape is like really beat. This is, someone who really loved it. I think it's actually detached as well. Well, no, there's not detached, but yeah, it's just really beat. But yeah, this is the second book I ever owned. This is the third book I ever owned. Yeah, I was probably like in the first or second grade when this came out. But yeah, this was at a bookstore. This was actually this was on the this was a literal newsstand. Like a guy was selling like newspapers, magazines, and just saw this, and I was a big fan of FF. I liked the cover. You could like see her eyes, Sue. But Yeah, Fantastic Four, $4.99. It's actually a newsstand copy, so kind of rare. But again, I mean, this one, it's in really rough shape, so it's like not even, you know, like I think this one I restapled, as you could see. Like there's just a ton of spine stress. Just a ton of spine stress. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I put extra staples. Yeah, see, I put extra staples. You can see one sticking out like right there, and there's another one. See, there's two staples, and there's a staple here, and it got removed. No, there's another staple because it got loose. But yeah, same thing. Just just really love this book. This was actually the same day, but this was actually a reprint that came in the comic pack, the Marvel Legends Series 1, Cap 109. Yeah, and then this is actually the first comic that I actually bought at a comic store. Of course, I didn't buy it with my own money, didn't have money back then, but Secret War 2, so this is the first comic book I actually bought at a comic store. But yeah, it's a black cover. It had like some sort of like gold, like a very museum type painting type look. Kind of new, like, oh, this the way Wolverine is drawn is not normal. This is not how a comic book's supposed to look. Like, and like everything back at that time in the early 2000s didn't look, it looked classic. It didn't look like all this fancy stuff. So I was like, oh, but down the line this might be worth some. And it's the first appearance of Daisy Quake Johnson, so probably a $15 book, maybe $10, but yeah, I mean I didn't, yeah, I mean I read it, Del Auto. It was really grimy, but yeah, have that. So those are the first 5 comic books I ever owned. Yeah, so let me just kind of overwhelmed, but yeah, so I hit up a 10-cent sale, and the first book I pluck at a 10-cent sale is I see this, and I immediately know what it is, and I pluck this. This is literally the first book I pluck at a comic shop that was having a sale. It's Secret Empire #1 variant, the Stanley box exclusive. Maybe 8, 10, $12, but it's signed by Stanley, so that's it's basically $100 book now. But I mean, it's a great book because you got Stan Lee drawn, you got his most iconic creation, Spider-Man, you got Black Panther, who's really hot, and Black Widow. So yeah, really great comic to have him sign, especially with him on it. It's just feeling really blessed that I found this book, and that was literally the I mean, like this sale, and well, I mean, I got 84 comics, and I paid $8.40 for all the books in this particular section of this video. But yeah, I mean, there was like at the very start of the sale, it was like probably 80 people. There was like 80 people, like a person per box, and it was like jam packed. And the first this is the first thing I found. Within like the first like 10 or 20 seconds, or yeah, first 20-25 seconds of the sale happening, everyone rushed to the boxes, and I happened to find this. But yeah, and he charges a lot of money for Sigs. I think like $160. So today, back then, like 10 years ago, it used to be like $30, and $1 is a pretty good deal for a comic book. 50 cents is half. That's 60 comics for $30. It's a really good deal. 50 cents. Whoa. 25 cents is next to nothing. It's so cheap. 100 comics for $25. 20 comics for only $5. but 10 cents is nothing. It's literally nothing. Like, it's nothing, you know. 100 comics for 10 cents, or sorry, 100 comics for $10. I mean, that's really dirt cheap. I mean, you know, next to nothing. It's like, you know, it's like the lowest denomination you could pay, I mean, for a comic. I mean, I really don't even know how I mean, I would never ever sell, you know, if I had the store or the sale, I would, you know, 10 cents is so cheap that you couldn't even, you know, you sell 1,000 comics, you only get like, what, $100? I mean, I got 84 and I only spent $8.40, and what I got was, you know, well over, well over, what I paid. This is worth well over what I paid $8.40 for just on this alone. But so this is the first book I found at this at this sale, and I'm going very slow, and then let's say 20 books after this book, I literally, I shit you not, I literally find this, also signed by Stan Lee. So yeah, I mean, again, these are all 10 cents each. So yeah, really happy to, for that I was the one, or that it is me who finds these. But again, this is another Stan Lee box exclusive, signed by Stan Lee, and I have no doubt in my mind that these are authentic, because it comes from a very high reputable source. But again, maybe average is like $10 for the variants each, but with a Stan signature, it's generally agreed that Stan's signature is worth $100. But it's got a cool looking Fantastic Four 1 cover swipe, and it's really faint, but you could see Stan is right there, the glasses right there, and the mustache. But yeah, these are literally the first two books I found at the sale within like the first minute. But really happy, and actually I thought I'd just take a little minute to just show off some other Stan Lee signed books I have. I actually got this. This is not at this sale, but this is like almost 10 years ago. Fantastic Four: The Lost Adventure. I bought this when it came out. I didn't really have any Silver Age FF at that time, but I thought this was a good book to get him signed, or to have him signed, because it's like Stan Lee right there. It's got him on the title, and it says Jack Kirby, and it's got a lot of space for him to sign. It's really beautiful art, almost like a Virgin cover. And I bought this as well. I mean, Stan Lee's literally on the title, but he signed it really nice and big. But I was kind of lied to. I mean, I literally thought this was going to be the last story, so I thought this was going to be like worth like, $30, $40, $50, but it's like cover price. But it's still a really good book to have him sign. I mean, it's like a museum quality, look to it, and it's really, I mean, this is a beautiful signature. It's like really silver. I mean, this is perfect, but this is beautiful. I mean, it's really, embellished, nice and big and bold, and it's just beautiful. And I actually thought I'd just show you like a photo. This is me holding those two, like a decade ago. Actually, I have the date. Oh, it's basically a decade ago. Yeah, more photos of me holding that with the Fantastic Four. I mean, Fantastic Four was really big, 10 years ago. And then again, but yeah. So I had another sale. He was signing at another store, which is now closed. But this was my favorite shop ever. But I mean, this is a perfect comic to have him sign. I think he wrote the issue 100th anniversary issue. Nice silver signature. Spider-Man 100, beautiful, iconic cover of Spidey and all the villains and characters. But yeah, really expensive comic, especially in this shape. Spider-Man 100. I actually have the invoice from like 2009 from like eBay. As you can see, it was like $15 and 26. So it was at auction with shipping, so it was like $19 shipping. But or total what I paid, it was that at auction. But yeah, but that was like 10 years, or what is that? Yeah, well, 8 years ago, something like that, or 9 years ago. But yeah, I had him sign that, and I actually bought this at I had it wrote on the back, paid $20 for this. This was half off cover, or half off the sticker of 40, so paid 20 for this. Had him sign this as well. Spider-Man 36. You know, it's really beautiful looking. You know, very beautiful looking signature. You know, it's not rushed. It's well, nice and dark, crisp. Just beautiful centering. I mean, just a beautiful, autograph. But yeah, I mean, there's a theme here. You know, you want to have him. This is the first Marvel family, the first Marvel #1 magazine, the beginning of the MU. This is what he's known for, the Amazing Spider-Man title. So, I didn't want to bring some junk, comic to have him sign. And then this was last year. Spider-Man 300, this was for free. These were on average like $30 each signature. This was free. Spider-Man 300. This is really a beautiful signature as well. And I had him sign these all in person. I don't really want to give someone my book and then have him sign it. I gotta be there. I kind of, well, yeah. But yeah, really happy to have these. Again, I told you the story of this. I waited an hour. I waited like 8.5 hours one day to get it signed. But then the line was cut off because it was free and there was just so much demand. And then I come back the next day. I wait another 2.5 hours to have him sign this for free. So it was pretty. It was worth it because I ended up getting New Mutants '98 for $3 at a local, not even a shop. I didn't even go to a comic shop. I was just like literally so pissed that I didn't get the signature for free on the first day, and then I waited like 8 hours. That I literally just went to everything that resembled like a comic shop, and I literally just got lucky. But yeah, so going back to the 10-cent sale, this was for 10 cents. I probably wouldn't buy it for $1, but Nightwing Secret Files and Origins #1. Got a couple of those. Amazing Spider-Man #1 for 10 cents, kind of a no-brainer. I think this might be the first appearance of Silk or something. That's what people say. Beautiful. I mean, for 10 cents. I mean, this is such a beautiful cover. Bought it when it came out. Uncanny X-Men 500, the Alex Ross variant, and I don't know how many copies I bought. I think I might have bought like 26 for like 10 cents a piece. It just makes it makes sense. I mean, it's like a $5 book, and these are all like near mint copies. So I left a lot behind, and they had the Greg Lang cover, but I'm not a fan of that one, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, but this is a really beautiful cover. I mean, if I was a comic dealer, at a con, just set these up at my booth for like $5 a piece, and this is just inventory for people for some kids to buy, and if they, I just see people paying $5 for this. I mean, it's just, for 10 cents a piece, it's just like really great dealer books, so you can't really go wrong. But yeah, so this is all the copies that I got. I think, I don't know how many this is, but I think probably 26 maybe. But yeah. Really happy to get these, because I mean, it's a wraparound cover, but the art is so beautiful. I mean, you see like the classic 70s look with like this pink. Actually, this is like a magnetic field because it's like X-Men #1 kind of cover swipe. This is Magneto, but yeah, really beautiful. I gotta go kind of quick because I have like literally like hundreds of books. This was an oversized annual. Just at that 10 cents price. This was a good book. First, Prince of Rain for 10 cents. Supergirl 3, New 52. Again, I mean, for 10 cents, this was a perfect one. Justice #5, beautiful Alex Ross cover. I don't know what this is going for now, because they announced Cheetah as the main villain for the next Wonder Woman movie sequel. But beautiful cover, excellent pickup for me, I guess, if I give commentary to myself. But I was happy to find this for 10 cents. I wouldn't pay $1 for this, but I'd pay 50 cents or a quarter. But You know, it's really beautiful cover. Mephisto versus the FF #1. You know, I love it. It's, you know, it's red, they're in distress, very demonic looking character. I like the old English type of font on the top, but you know, for 10 cents I was really happy to find this really beautiful cover. First appearance of the Spider Venom on a different Earth. I don't think the 616, but on a different Earth. But first Spider Venom, Spider Girl #5. Really happy to find this high grade copy for $5, #5. And then I, you know, for 10 cents, you know, I just picked these up. Peter Panzerfaust, the Image First #1. It was worth it to me. And then I actually picked up a whole run of Peter Panzerfaust. It's at, you know, these aren't really worth much, but you know, for 10 cents each, I mean, you really can't go wrong with the run. This is number 10. 11, 12, 13, 13, 16, 17, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. I actually like this cover the most. This is like a New York Post Norman Rockwell type of magazine cover. Might even be the New York, I'm not sure, but this is actually like one of the only Peter Panzerfaust issues that goes for something. It's like maybe $5-8 in near mint, but I mean, only the first 2 to 3, 4 issues of Peter Panzerfaust, and of course the first issue go for something, but the rest really they're just dollar books. But you know, for 10 cents a piece, I mean, you know, you could sell the set, you know, for much more than that, and you know, be whole. This was, I guess I was happy to find this. I mean, never had it. First appearance of Hawkeye as Ronin, New Avengers 27 for 10 cents. So really happy to find this. I mean, aside from the Sigs, I mean, a lot of this stuff was kind of low caliber, but I mean, for 10 cents, I'm not gonna leave it behind. Can't go wrong. I have a lot of these, but Batman 683, Joker. I mean, you can't go wrong at, you know, that dime price. I actually found like 30 copies of this, and I just chose the best one. But in retrospect, I mean, for only 10 cents, I mean, I could have got like, you know, 10 copies for only $1, and you know, that's, you know, I mean, to get, you know, to get a variant #1 for 10 cents, you know, get 10 for $1. I mean, you could, if it ever becomes something. I could have sold them for much more, but this is like a really maybe near mint minus copy, but yeah, this is War of Kings Ascension #1 variant. I think this is Darkhawk. I don't know who this is. Maybe I don't know who this is. I don't know, Starhawk. I don't know, but it's a really cool cover, I guess, for a dime variant #1. Magic #1. Sorry, X-Men Return of Magic #1, Deathstroke 15. This is kind of a cool cover. Definitely a great buy for a dime. Deathstroke 15, love it. This is a good book. Wolverine Savage #1. This is I really love this cover. I really like it. I like the gradation. I like the from yellow to orange, brown, red. But it's a cool looking J. Scott Campbell cover, probably like a $10 book. And I love the Old Man Logan Wolverine typeface font. Bear with me, guys. I've been saying like that that Spider Girl 5. I said for like $5, but that was like, those were all 10-cent books, and you know, I've said like Supergirl 3, but I really meant #5. It's really late. I've been making mistakes with the issue numbers, but again, this is a good book for a dime. Wolverine Savage #1 one-shot. It really makes me happy to find this one. And this is a really great one as well. I'm really happy. I mean, this is in really great shape. X-Men 177, a beautiful Romita Jr. Wolverine cover. I mean, for 10 cents, I mean, a really beautiful looking copy. I mean, I really love it. I actually found maybe 2 or 3 more of these, or did I? Yeah, I did. A beautiful black and white Punisher variant cover, Marvel's Eye of the Camera #3 variant. Yeah, I mean, for, 10 cents, I mean, it's just I mean, you got the Uzi, uh, and then I can't really tell, I mean, it's a handgun, but I really can't tell the make, but, yeah, I mean, a really beautiful looking, black and white, I mean, Punisher cover. I mean, you don't, because his outfit's all black and white anyway, but, again, a really beautiful dime book. Again, another, well, this is not a variant, but, War of Kings, Dark Hawk, #1 for a dime or 10 cents. And then, Saga, I mean, yeah, I mean, chapter 10, number 10, I actually got, I think, I don't know how many of these I got, but I got, well, let me see. I think I got like 10 of these for 10 cents each. So, I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, Saga's such a hot title that, it just makes sense. But yeah, I mean, Saga, chapter 10 for a dime each. This was a good book to find as well. I mean, She-Hulk 52, 10 cents. Adam Hughes, maybe 10, 15 bucks. But really great book. And then, okay, so this is getting to the story time. People were very aggressive at this sale. It was very competitive. There was this kid who was probably, let me say, 12 years old, maybe 13 or 14, but probably 12. It's really hard to tell because, like, he was so immature that, you have to think he's younger than whatever age he looks, but for whatever reason, there was, for half the time, I think for like 40 boxes, I mean, like he was like flanking me, like he was following me, like he wanted to be on top of like me, like I'm looking at a long box in front, and it's one person per box. Like, you got to be nice and you got to wait your turn. And this kid is on the other end of the long box, and he's looking at comics from behind. And then, I'm looking at this box majority of the time before him, and then I'm like 80%, and then he's at 20%, and we collude, like we collide. Like, I'm here, bro. Like, you wait. And he did that to me for like 30 boxes out of like the 80 boxes. Like, it was just like so frustrating. Like, this kid, like, I really, God. And then, so in one of the boxes, like, he pulls out a stack of like this, and he calls these poly bags Mylars. He calls them Mylars, and they're not Mylars. He calls them Mylars, like. He finds a bag full of raw copies in this Mylar, which is a poly bag, and he says, "This is a dime. This is 10 cents. They're gonna sell this to me for 10 cents because it's in the same Mylar." And obviously, they're not gonna allow you to buy like 20 copies of a book for a dime. It's per copy each is 10 cents each, not 20 copies is a dime because it's in the same poly bag. I didn't tell that to him, but like. I just let him put it back because I was just like, I don't even want to talk to this guy. I'm so in the zone of just getting books. And he puts all these books back, and I was like, I didn't say anything, but I'm in my mind, I'm like, okay, thank you. And I just buy them all. And I was kind of regretted putting some back because I mean, they weren't. I mean, for a dime you can't go wrong, but there were some that I got that because they were in the middle of the bag, I didn't check the shape. But these are all like. Anywhere from 9.8, 9.6, 9.4, 9.2 condition, but I got, I think I got like 26 copies of, I keep saying 26, but, or no, this is for sure 28. I got 28 copies of Saga 41, the recalled issue for 10 cents each, so like $2.60 for all these. It averages like a $5 book, but I mean, this is like the perfect investment book because I paid so low for them that if it ever, like, my loss is so low, but my gain, like, the risk is, like, the risk was low and the reward is so high if this ever becomes anything. Like, that's the, perfect storm. I mean, if this becomes, like, $100, 10, 15 years from now, like, I just, hit, I was smart, but, yeah, this is the darker, recalled, issue with the, like, the printing error, but, I got, 28 8 copies of Saga 41. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Saga 41. It's really, there's a lot of glare because it's a black cover, and these are all fresh poly bags. But again, they're all. I really don't want to have to go through all these, but there's more on the back. Again, this was like a whole stack. Again, there's really no demand at all for this. I mean, it's a Saga issue, so it'll sell. But again, this is probably like just no more than $5 in near mint shape, and a lot of these are like really sharp. I think the best shape one is at the end. Yeah, I think like this is like, I mean, it's just a modern book, but it's a really near minty book, like a near mint plus. But yeah, I mean, there's more on the back. I mean, I just got like a ton. I just really don't. I mean, they're all the same. But yeah, I got a ton of these, or not a ton, but 28. Yeah, I'll just put like that, just to make it look like I have like a million. But so this kid again, I mean, who's like talking the whole time, and he thinks he's like king of the town, which he's not. But so we're colliding and constantly like going back and forth with each one another, and like I'm trying to ignore him as best as I can, and like he's like I'm politely waiting for him to finish looking at a box, and he's trying to take his time so that way like I get impatient and move on, and I'm like, no, I'm still gonna look at that box. And then you know, he's kind of like being slow, and he's like eyeing me like in his peripheral view, and he says, and he's shouting out like, or like just saying out like, oh, this box is nothing but Superman comics, nothing but Superman comics junk. And I'm like, and I didn't say anything. He's like, oh, do you like Superman? Do you like or like he's like, oh, this box is only Superman. Only look at it if you like Superman. And I tell him, oh, I love Superman. He's my favorite superhero. And of course I don't, but I just to fuck with him. But I say that, and then I look at this box, and believe it or not, like literally in this box it is Superman, but like with one comic. And this was at the end. Look, this is like an hour after, like two and a half hours after the sale started. Like I had made my way all around, and like there had to be at least 40 people who looked at this box. And believe it or not, I found a single-digit issue of Invincible that I did not have for only 10 cents. This is like a $40 book, but I mean, probably in this shape, $20 because there's some spine stress. Not that much, but Invincible number 9. Really, really happy to find that book at this sale. I think I'm missing 4 and 8 to complete the first 10 issues of Invincible. But again, I mean, for a dime, 10 cents. I mean, really happy to have you know, Invincible number 9. Single digit, I mean, hard to find, really rare, low print from 2003. I mean, you just never ever find this kind of stuff like this ever. But of course I did last year in that 50-cent haul in September or October. But again, this is I mean, a super satisfying find at the end. I mean, number 9, I mean, this went to 155 issues. Incredible. But then I also found Invincible 35 for a dime as well. But yeah, this is super happy to find this. And so that was all the 84 comics that I found at that sale at this store. And then I go inside the store, and I'm looking at the back issues very briefly. And for basically $2 a book, $1.99 a book, I just get 3 of them. So there's my proof. I'm like, okay, for $2, I mean, it's the first X-Force. I mean, this is a book that I've paid like 50 cents for before, so many times over, $1 for. I mean, it's like $5 maybe, $5, but maybe 10 in like super minty shape. But you know, I was like, oh, well, you know, it's vintage, kind of have nostalgia. I was like, for you know, $1.99, you know, I'm not gonna leave these behind, because these are like in super beautiful shape. You know, Mike Zeck covers. You know, Craven's Last Hunt. I mean, I'm just thinking about the set. I mean, this is just in this shape. It was just too nice to leave back for $1.99. Amazing Spider-Man 293, and I also got for $2.99 also Spider-Man 294. Yeah, but really, I mean, these are like in like I mean, if I had a store, I would not sell these at that cheap price. I mean, at $5 at least. I mean, these are really, you know, in a shape that's like way above $1.99, and you know, I don't know. I mean, this is, you know, I mean, it's just really beautiful shape. I mean, these aren't, you know, I mean, this is really just sharp. This is really sharp. And this was inside the shop, and that sale was outside of the 10-cent stuff was outside. But again, this is really sharp. I mean, for $1.99, I mean, you know, you complete this set and you have something. And I've always find these, but yeah, I buy them all the time. And that's the completion of that. Moving on, this is of that sale. This is actually eBay, or I should just say online, but never had this before, never owned it. This was $3 plus $2 shipping, so $5. Defender 17, I really love it. I love the black, kind of like the negative space here. Luke Cage. Kind of cool looking cover. First appearance of the Wrecking Crew. Also the first time Luke Cage, I guess, enters the team or appears in the Defenders title, which he is a part of now. And I also got 18 a pair with it. Also $3 plus $2 shipping. I think this is like a $20 book. Maybe $10, maybe $30 set, but this is the first appearance of them together as the as it says right there on the title, on the cover as well. You know, I just kind of you know, they're like in very fine minus shape, very kind of like higher grade. Didn't have them before. Kind of took me. I never could find them, so I was like, all right, I'll just splurge and buy them on eBay, and you know, kind of, I guess, pay up from in a way, and still get them low, but yeah, I mean, I really like this cover. I mean, like, they're all kind of drawn kind of chubby, or I mean stubby. You know what I mean? They got they got thickness to them. I kind of like that thickness, but yeah, I mean, really great looking covers. I really love the vintage look. Defender 17, 18, really bargain prices, really nice shape. All right, so yeah, after that, basically, I bought a, you know, I'm always on the hunt, you know. I spent like $30 on gas alone the past 3 days, and used it all up just for hunting for comics. And I bought a collection of mainly, predominantly Golden Age comics for, well, I'll tell you at the end of what I paid. But this was the, and this was all at one shot. You know, the whole entire collection, no cherry picking, just the whole thing. And this was probably the most expensive. I mean, this was one price, but I mean, of the comics, this is the most high dollarist expensive comic that I got. And this is in really nice shape for Golden Age. A lot of these are from the early 40s, but this is Planet Comics 62. I'd probably say it's like a 4 or 5. It's really solid shape. I mean, you know, this polybag is like it's flat, but this polybag, like it's really nice. A beautiful presenting copy, complete, firmly attached, clean. I mean, the page quality is nice. I mean, easy $100. I mean, I think one sold at auction for like $150, $160, in maybe a grade lower or a grade higher than this. But I mean, just a beautiful looking comic. Let me try to go back a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Planet Comics 62, beautiful. You know, covers that are yellow covers that have girls on them, especially girls, females. During the Golden Age, really go for high dollar, and this is no exception. Speaking of females, Sheena number 4. Yeah, beautiful looking cover. I'm gonna go very quick. Brenda Starr. I really love how the title is just so damn big. Yeah, kind of like going like a Jerry Seinfeld. Like they're gonna put the what is that? What do they call it? Under the gas or something. And they're gonna like perform operation on her. But Yeah, I kind of like the cover a lot. Yeah. This is this is just a promotional. I mean, this is really high grade, but it's not worth a lot. This is just a promotional activity coloring book. It's not worth a lot. Joe Palooka, number 43. Okay. A Jumbo Comics 126. This is a good one. Again, I mean, any comic that has like, well, this is Sheena, but any comic that has like the jungle theme, female, women, girl cover, I mean, goes for, I mean, it has has demand enough that people will actually buy this online. You know, a lot of the people who collected these comics are slowly dying off, and they're the more provocative, more revealing, more suggestive, the covers are with females, guys will pay off. You know, the more perverted it gets, the female covers that really do well. The jungle covers. Speaking of jungle, another Jungle Comics cover, 93 issue. And actually, basically, I paid around $1.25 each for all these comics in this Golden Age haul right now. This part, yeah, all these Golden Age comics basically paid $1.25 each. I got around 85 of them, so you could do the math. Yeah, this is actually an anniversary issue, Jungle Comics 100. This is actually kind of a single digit, very low issue number. Oscar number 7, Oscar Comics number 7. Kind of, well, I wouldn't say expensive, but on average, most of these comics are, except for like the first couple, are on average like $20-$30. But this one's got a little chunk missing. And these are all complete, except some might have, I mean, you could tell just based, if it looks nice, it's nice. If it looks low, it's low. But there might be a staple, it might be detached at a staple, centerfold might be split or loose, or there might be some tears or rips, but they're all complete for the most part. Is it like, yeah. Rangers Comics 42. 46, and this is what I like. They're all, if there's a little mini run, they're all relatively the same. And I always see that the comics are always at an angle. They're never like that. They're always drawn in this angle. Wing Comics 108. This is not coverless. This is a promotional General Electric comic. Not super expensive. Adventure into the Past. I think I got a couple of these. Yeah, this is just a promotional comic. It's not coverless. There's no staples. Black Diamond Western, number 14. Not the Daredevil we know, the Golden Age. They brought it back in Dynamite. Daredevil 50. As you see, he's got like the red and black. They brought him back in like 2007. I bought all the issues, the Project Superpowers. Yeah, and a lot of these are Charles Biro covers and art, but I think this little skull, I didn't want to erase it. Like, it adds character to this book, and like, if this is a book from the 40s and 50s, like 50, 60 years ago, like someone wrote F-U-C-K, it's kind of funny to see that, how old the, profanities live on. Daredevil 56. Dick Wingate. This is not by no means is this expensive, but this is actually a like a I wouldn't say propaganda, more so a recruiting pamphlet or recruiting material for the Navy, and I'll just show off. There's a little, as you could see, a little. A little ad on the back. What those Go Army ads. This is what like a Navy ad looks like, and it kind of has the same logo, but Passport to Action. A really beautiful looking kind of recruitment poster, I guess. Speaking of the combat armed forces, Heroic Comics number 71. That one's kind of low grade. Majority of these are not on the higher spectrum, but they're still really well presentable. Best Western 58. I'm just throwing this out there. This is just a cool cover to me, but it's really low grade. Crime Does Not Pay, 67. This was a. Let me get a backing board for this. I ran out of bags that could fit my Golden Age books, but Wild Bill Hickok number 1. First off, it's such a beautiful cover. I love the western, the wood, the feel to it. A lot of orange. It's a number 1 issue from the Golden Age. Anytime you can get a first edition number 1 issue from the Golden Age, the start of a series, I mean, you have something there. This is not, Weird War Tales number 1, but I mean, anytime you get a number 1 issue in the Golden Age, it's so much more, money than, the third issue. But here's a date stamp from July 22nd, 1949. But again, really happy to have the number 1 issue, the first edition of this series, this title. I really like this cover. Kind of reminds me of like a walker, and then you got like the wall in Walking Dead. Western fighters. What a beautiful night, so peaceful and quiet. Yeah, but it just might be too quiet for me. This is an early code, but yeah. To me, it's a beautiful looking cover. I love the. You wouldn't see anything like this in the modern age. I mean, just Native Americans. A lot of just back then, people just took risks and just really didn't give a damn until the code showed up. This is a good one right here. It's kind of expensive. I can't remember what I saw this sell for, but yeah, I mean, Flash Gordon 204, yeah, it's not an early issue, but I mean, I can't remember what I saw this sell for. Maybe, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks, 60, I can't remember, but it was pretty expensive. But yeah, Flash Gordon 204, and a lot of these are from the early, like, 40s, like 41, I'd say is the average year. All Aboard Mr. Lincoln. This is a railroad company kind of pamphlet advertisement again. What's a Golden Age collection without some cartoon Disney characters, some Dell comics? These are really not worth a lot. Walt Disney comics. I like this one. I really like this. This is in somewhat nice shape. Yogi Bear 1067. Yeah, I can't remember what I saw the sell for as well. I mean, there's just so many comics I have, but this one definitely needs to be in definitely needs to have some protection, because this is a I think I saw this kind of sell on the higher end, this Yogi Bear. Dagger Hawk, or Dagar Hawk, not really sure how to pronounce that. Here's another Joe Palooka, and again, these couldn't fit in any of the poly bags I had. Number 24. Not really sure what this is worth. Hard to get a value, but this is definitely needs to be in a poly bag or mylar. Beautiful looking cover. I love the black title, the bold with the red border, the yellow. Justice Traps the Guilty, number 9. Again, this is not. It still has the code. This kind of looks like the guy who is Rorschach. I mean the gray jumpsuit with the orange hair and the kind of just don't give a damn face. But it's just such a great looking you know, just the whole design of this book, the whole, you know, the whole design of this book is so great. But if you could see, like, if you recognize that type of style of art, this is actually a Jack Kirby cover and art. Actually, it says it right there. You could see Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, but this is a Jack Kirby cover and art. But a lot of people want a lot of money for this, but none have sold, so I'm not really sure what this is worth. Maybe half of what people ask, but again, really beautiful book to have, and really happy to have a Kirby Golden Age book, Joe Simon Golden Age book as well. Kind of cute looking, funny cover. Early issue of Lone Ranger. This is one of my favorite looking covers that I picked up with the skulls. Kind of funny looking with the like the you know, the gangsters and mobsters, but Mr. District Attorney number 5. Yeah, it's really, you know, I love the just, I love the titles, really. I mean, just a great looking, like antique navy blue type gray, just a really great looking piece of art, really. I mean, this is all about cover, to be quite honest. Number 5, really early issue. Mutt and Jeff number 40. A rare superhero appearance, but this is not even DC. Plastic Man number 18. Really happy to have these early issues. And actually, a year ago, I used to have like a whole bunch of Golden Age and Captain Marvel Avengers 69, but actually sold those off. But yeah, this wouldn't even be considered a superhero comic. This is more of a cartoon genre, just like Shazam. But yeah, a rare DC hero. This is Tarzan number 4, really early issue of Tarzan. These are all 10 centers. None here are 12. Yeah, from 1948. Tarzan number 4. The earlier the issue you can have, the better, and of course, the better condition you can have, the more valuable. But yeah, really early issue of Tarzan. And this is actually a run. I think this might be Tarzan number 7 or 8. This is Tarzan number 8. Probably this might be Tarzan number 9 or 10. I believe of the first volume. Then this is a run. I think this might be 14, and this is a great one right here. I love it. It has the artwork, and then he has the photo color copy of the guy, kind of like pre-Photoshop. And these kind of actually go for some, and this is in pretty decent shape. I mean, maybe fine plus, but I think this might be like 14, or yeah, this is issue 14. This might be like 13 or 12, but yeah, this kind of, you know, on average these photo copy these picture covers kind of go for like, you know, on average like $20 each, maybe 25. Another Tarzan cover. Also had a Mad magazine in there. Again, you know, can sell anywhere between, you know, $5 to $20 depending on the shape. And also had some Savage Sword of Conan. Really, these are all like dollar books, really, or dollar mags. But these are really cool covers. Conan Saga 24. Really love the art on that. Really cool covers. But again, these are all like $1, $2 books. Newsstand 35. Really cool cover. And there was some modern thrown in as well. Cinder number 1. So those are all the Golden Age books, but this is a modern book that slipped in the collection. Cinder number 1. This is an early Adam Hughes cover, and this is actually the gold foil edition variant, and it's actually signed by the writer, the colorist, and the inker, I believe. Sorry, I think the artist, inker, and writer, but as you can see, they're all in gold signatures, and it's also limited to 2,000 and numbered. Yeah, I think one of these sold for $43 at auction with the same condition with all the signatures, and it comes with a a COA, basically saying that these people all did what they did, the writer, artist, and colorist. But what's interesting is that they all have the same last name, Hernandez. So are they like all related, and they all worked on the same issue? But yeah, I mean, it's just, metallic ink. Yeah, and it's a gold foil stamped gold edition, limited to 2,000, and it matches that. So people really pay up for this early Adam Hughes stuff. This alone would pay up for like half of what I spent for all these books here in this golden age, these books. But yeah, again, I think the gold foil edition variant only came with the Sigs. So it's just one of those 90s books that it could be worthless, or if it could be worth $40 if it's got all the right stuff going on. And this just slipped in there. Spawn 7, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 7, Spider-Man 8, Spider-Man 10, Spider-Man 16 newsstand, and so those were all the comics that were in this golden age buy that I did. Actually, I paid, so average was around $1.25 each. I counted like around 84, 85, maybe 86 comics. So for all these golden age books and up to this Spider-Man issues, I paid $110 for the whole lot. And I think that's worth it. I mean, especially since the what was the first comic? The one before the Sheena. Can't remember if it was the Jumbo Comics or the Jungle Comics, but that one alone is could sell upwards of like 160 in that shape. So after that, I went to a comic shop in the area that Weapon X was kind enough to tell me about. Thank you. And I ended up finding this. I never owned it. Got it for $6. Spawn 150, and it's really in high grade shape. It's like a $50 book. And I didn't have it before, and I kept looking on eBay like every day, endlessly, and I just could never find a Spawn 150, any cover. But and I'm really happy. It's the McFarlane one. I think it's one of the better ones. I still want the Jim Lee color version variant, but yeah, I mean, because I collect anniversary issues, and I had all the anniversary issues, and I now complete all the anniversary issues of Spawn. I have 50, 100, 150, 200, the 220, 20th anniversary, 250, and of course 300 is coming up. But yeah, really beautiful looking book for $6. Really happy to find this in the back issue bin of a comic shop. Just really great looking cover of Spawn that I love. Really happy for me. And then well, I'll keep this up. But so that's the completion of that, and then at another spot I pick up some dollar books. So this is the first dollar book that I find. Amazing Spider-Man Civil War Decisions. I think it's like maybe a $15, $20 book. It's really high grade near mint. Maybe it's a Salvador Larroca, or I don't know who did the cover art, but it's really great. I love the black and white sketch of Iron Spider, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Iron Spider, or Spidey suit. I don't know what it is. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, this was the first book I found for $1. It's really it's a really gnarly looking cover, and this is the second book I found. Reverse Flash, Flashpoint #1. I think this is like a $15 book. Please comment. This is #1. It's a one shot, and it says first issue of 3, and I can't find 2 or 3 anywhere online. So, and I bought this when it came out. So I think this title changes to a different thing. Instead of Reverse Flash, it might be like Kid Flash. So if anyone out there knows what issue 2 and 3 are called, or if this series canceled after the first issue, please let me know, because if you search like Reverse Flash 2 or 3, they're not going to come up on eBay. So just if anyone knows any info, what happened here after this issue, let me know. For $1, just Red Lanterns #1 for $1. Batman and Robin #1 for $1, or well, I actually got like a bulk discount. So from here on out, I actually paid $45 for everything I got, starting from that from this Spider-Man book. And it was basically what was it? 20 comic books for $15 was the discount. But Batman Night of Vengeance #1, Flashpoint. I think it's the first appearance of Thomas Wayne, and it's like $15-20. But at the same shop that I found this Spawn 150, I was looking at the Flashpoint issues to find these, and I was like, I knew I was gonna find these for $1 in the future, because I usually do, and I saw issue 2 there, and it was like for $6, $6 or $8, and I was like, I don't want to buy it. It's too much, it's too much money, and I didn't find it here, but if maybe Weapon X is kind enough to just buy that issue for me, the #2, because the second issue was in the back issues of that comic shop that he told me about, where this is at. I need the second issue of this run, Flashpoint, Batman Night of Vengeance #2. So, and it was like $6, so I need it, and it was there last time I was there. Because I did not find 2, but I did find 3, and this one could sell for like $25, maybe even $40 if it's really minty. Flashpoint, Batman Night of Vengeance #3. But yeah, this set is really heating up. Really great. This was a great one. I didn't buy this when it came out. I missed it. This is the first appearance of Barack Obama in Spider-Man. Nice Ramita Senior cover. Spider-Man 583. I still want the inauguration variant that I think Todd Knock did. Yeah, but this one probably like a $10 book, and this one was like really minty shape, like a 9.8. Really happy to find this for $1. Spider-Man 654. Really dig the cover. First appearance of the all-new Venom. Really beautiful. Found these for, again, these were all $1 books. Dr. Manhattan Before Watchmen #1, Adam Hughes, and I just got the set 2, 3. It's pretty cool. And then the first appearance of Rebirth #4. I think it's like a $15 book or $20 book, so it's like a $25 set. Really not that valuable, but for like $1 each, you got something as a set. It'll sell better as a set or quicker, but yeah, really happy for me. I bought this when it came out. Fear Itself #1 variant for $1. Just because it had Venom on the cover, I bought it. Spider-Man 596. This is like a $10 book in near mint shape. Cable 21, the first appearance of Hope Summers as an adult. I also bought this just because of, it was low price. I was like, if it becomes valuable or something like that. X-Men Hope one-shot #1 with Cable. And I just bought this really near minty shape. X Infernus #1 of 4, the David Finch. I just bought the whole set, just because it's a set. If you buy individual issues, they're not worth anything, but as a set, it'll move. So yeah, I got the complete set. I love this cover right here. Wolverine 302, and this is really high grade, maybe like a near mint plus, but Wolverine 302, Art Adams cover, a really simple cover. I mean, this is so beautiful, like so classic outfit, simple background, just so simple. This is 302, just a simple, great looking cover, work of art, simple, just beautiful. Flashpoint 3, I always pick these up when I see them. I think I'm missing #4 to complete my set, but yeah, Flashpoint 3. These are great for $1. Redneck #1, near minty shape. First appearance of Old Man Logan, FF 558. One Woman 88. It's like a 20. One of them sold for like $21 at auction on eBay because it has the DC Universe logo variant. Beautiful looking Brian Bowling cover. I mean, a lot of these are worthless, but if you get the right issue with the right cover art that looks really good, you'll get like $20-40. Like this one for $1 is like a no-brainer because I was already getting so many good books. This DC variant. Maybe this was like $2-3, maybe $4, but like like this is not a great cover, so it's not gonna get high dollar. But like since this is a great cover, like this gets like $20. So yeah, beautiful Bolin cover, 88. And actually, I also picked these up. These were actually trades. These were $3 each. Walking Dead 1, Book 1, hardcover, and these tend to have $35 what do you call it, retail prices, but these tend to sell for half online, and these were half off each. Sorry, $3 each. Book 3, Book 4, Walking Dead. Book 5. Yeah, I spent yeah. I spent $45 for all this stuff in this portion. Book 7, a lot of modern stuff since the Golden Age portion. I'm not sure what this is worth. Maybe $10-15, $20 maybe. Doctor Strange: The Oath, the local comic book shop or shop day exclusive. Yeah, I mean $3. This is a no-brainer to pick up. This was, you know, again $3. This is a no-brainer. Has like a $20 retail value, but you know, I mean, this will just always all day sell for like $6, maybe $10, $20, free shipping. V for Vendetta trade. It's in really great shape. It's a classic graphic novel. I mean, this will always be timely. You can sell this 10 years from now, and it'll still be worth something. Just such a timely novel that people always want, just because of Guy Fawkes and Anonymous. My Friend Dahmer, again $3. This is I really suggest. This is incredible. I really suggest watching the movie. It was a really great movie, a really great work of art. It has like a $19 retail value, but I mean, this is really sharp shape, like maybe even like a 9/8. This is like super sharp, like super sharp. But yeah. Then this is like the like here. Let me see. I'll put this up. Like this is the best. Like for $3, like this was probably the best thing I got. Like the best bargain. Need to make space. This is like the best. Like this is a bad. Like this has like $150 retail value. This is the Grant Morrison Invincible's Omnibus. This is like 12 pounds. This is like super heavy. Yeah, this was $3. This is like a really bad like Mama Jamma right here. This is this can sell for like as low as 60. Kind of averages like 70, $75. So kind of half of the retail. You can get like $80 if it's sealed. It has like the first 3 volumes, the complete first 3 series of Invincible, like 1 through 24, the 3 of them. So it's like 75 combined issues. But yeah, for $3, I mean, this is like super crazy. You know, this is like the steal of this buy, this haul. All right, so then after that. I meet with my dealer friend to buy some comics. This is X-Men 135. So this is a just my dealer friend. So that's the end of that. This was $5. X-Men 138. This is really high grade shape. So yeah, really happy to have this for that price. He also sold this to me for $3. So really happy. Detective Comics 419. Really love this cover, and this was just an upgrade. I already had it before, but I mean for $5 it's just a solid no-brainer. But this one, I mean, this is incredible. I mean, this cover is incredible. I mean, it doesn't have Batman, excuse me, it does not have Batman on the cover, but it has these like statues, and you know, this guy is dead, like he's floating at the top of the water, and like it has Batman right here on the corner. And there's been covers where Batman, you know, is replaced by like, you know, Robin or Batgirl or Joker. But you know, in the Bronze Age, he's usually on the cover to sell the book. So like to not have him on the cover is just like so amazing to me. Like that, I'll actually buy this because of the art. And I love like the ripples and just like the horror type of look. And a lot of those Golden Age were actually pre-code issues. So yeah, really happy for me. And for like $3. I actually picked up an entire run of Marvel Tales, because he's getting a little bit older, so he needs these as reminders. My dealer friend to know how much to sell me these things. So yeah, these are all McFarlane issues, newsstand. Again, I got 12 of these Marvel Tales issues for all $3. So I think, what is that, 50 cents each? Wait, no, I think that's cheaper. 12 divided, or I don't even know what is that. 40 cents each is the math. All right, so 2, 2, 3. This is the best cover. I love this one. It's just incredible. I mean, incredible, beautiful. I love this. God, this is such a gorgeous cover. I love the way he's drawn. 224. I love the Doc Ock. I love that he's in distress. Death of Stacy at 225. Love it. I love this one. This is a great one. 226. Oh God, this is such a beautiful cover. I love the spotlight here and the position he's in. All black cover. And these are all newsstands. I actually paid $2 for this Detective 419, and it's in actually really nice shape. But there was just some more Golden Age comics that were in the collection I bought earlier for $110, but they're just not worth showing off, really. And earlier I meant to say Planet Comics 62 instead of Jungle Jumbo Comics. Yeah, some pre-code goodness, but yeah, I really love this this cover. It's just I love the spotlight. It's just the yellow spotlight, so beautiful. Returning back to the Marvel Tales, and these are really just the cover art only by McFarlane. The interior are just reprints of earlier Spider-Man issues. Here's the Iceman part, and these are all consecutive in this run of newsstands. 227, 228 Archangel. 229, and on average these sell for like around maybe $3-5 each. Yeah, so for $3 it was a steal. Marvel Tales 230, Dazzler 231, 232, another Dazzler. I like this X-Men cover. 233, really nice green. 234, and it's funny because I was putting these in new bags and boards, and sometimes I might use an old board if I don't think it's like in super high grade, and I found this, and I showed this off. I paid $20 for this. I showed this off in the top my top 20 favorite covers tag from the Seeking Near Mint comics. I showed this comic off and paid $20 for this Avengers 87. And I'm sure it's like really, you know, I'm sure it's really, you know, gone up because the movie is just, you know, it's brought the value of those books up that are Black Panther. But you know, just here, I'll put this up. But it's just, you know, just a quick little lesson is that, you know, I found this book, this 87, Avengers 87, you know, and this is just on the back. I mean, this is just a, you know, for, just like a notation, just to give myself some notes, like what I paid for it, and I'll have the book on the back, but for whatever reason, this isn't with that, Avengers 87 book, but, you know, where I got this book, I mean, it was like really, it was like a very fine minus copy. It was like super beautiful, maybe even a VF plus. Like it was really just a great deal for like $20. And you know, it's funny because I always see Longshanks and Weapon X, you know, at this con, and when I see him, I never see him look at this guy's booth, and he, you know, that they go to, and he always has like this overpriced Silver Age keys, but every once in a while he has like gems that are underpriced like this, and he'll have like, you know, a first Iron Fist or first Bullseye for $30-40 a pop. So, you know, in order to find big ticket books underpriced, you need to look in, you know, a concentration of that, like a mass concentration of where those are, even if the majority are overpriced. You know, you're never gonna find Action Comics #1 looking in the dollar bins. You're just not ever. So, you know, that's what all the dealers do at big cons. You know, they just look at other dealers' wall books and they try to find bargains that are, that they can make deals on, really. And dealers are just not interested in dollar fodder. It's just you can't really overlook the wall books or books that are in long boxes that are wall books also, keys that are maybe underpriced. But actually I bought these last year around this time for 50 cents a piece. And it's funny because these are all like these issues are all like the like this is like the direct, and these are all newsstands. But yeah, this is a direct, so that's what it looks like. But this is a cool looking cover. 236, so it extends the run. Actually, I don't even know if there was a 235. There might have been, or not. I can't remember. But yeah, this is a sweet looking McFarlane cover, and like Spidey's all the way on the bottom, and you got Storm and Wolverine. But yeah, I mean, just super great looking covers that I got. Yeah, what else? So I basically paid $50 for all these books from this dealer friend, and this was $2, $5, $3 for all these books, so that's 10. And for $40, I bought this lot, and I was really surprised that he didn't really even know what these were. Yeah, so I paid $40 for this whole lot of Miracle Man. So Miracle Man number 1 3D. Pretty much worthless. Miracle Man number 1. I mean, this is a book that I found like 2 months ago for 25 cents in like really minty shape. Yeah, it's like a $7 book. Not really worth much. Miracle Man number 2. There's a reason why I bought this lot. Number 3. Individually, these are not worth a lot, but as a lot, you could sell it for like $40. But try to get my money back. Number 7, and the art always alternates on the covers. 8, but there's a reason I bought this lot, and I'm really surprised he didn't even know what he had or what these were. I think you might have seen it. Number 15, and this is super. So basically, I paid like $2 each for these, and he didn't know. He didn't know what this is. This is like sells all day for like 40, 45, $50. Miracle Man 15, Death of Kid Miracle Man. Really hard to find, low print run, rare book. Extremely sought after. I mean, such a great looking cover. I mean, great looking key. I mean, just a great looking book. I mean, yeah, I mean, it can go upwards of like $50. So I mean, that pays for this whole lot and more. Yeah, I mean, I bought this for $36, plus $15 shipping, so like $55 total for this CGC 9.4 Miracle Man 15, and I never owned it. This was the first time I bought it off eBay and owned it, so I was like, I was super happy for me to finally own it and have a copy of this beautiful key in near mint shape. But I didn't really care to own this slab just to read it, but upon reading and taking a look at this issue, like, it's super like raunchy, like it's super graphic. Like, it's really graphic. Like, it's really like a lot of stuff happens, like really demonic stuff. Like, not demonic, but like a lot of death. But yeah, really a beautiful looking key in nice shape. So really solid looking book to have in this lot. I'll put it here. 16, 17, 22. 23, and this issue alone, 24 is the last issue, and this can sell anywhere between $20 and $40, especially like $40 in near mint shape on eBay. So yeah, that's a little bit surprising, but definitely a run that has some books that can sell high at some high prices. Miracle Man 24, the last issue, final issue. Yeah, it's definitely a, you know, maybe a $30 book, but 20-40 bucks. But and then there's just this 1 through 3 limited series. But yeah, for 40 bucks, I feel like this was somewhat of a steal of a deal, bargain type ordeal. Yeah, Gary Leach on the cover, Alan Moore on the writing. Yeah, but I really love this cover. I mean, it's really nice to own this in the raw form, you know, where I can hold it and see it. You know, I really appreciate that more because, actually, that's something that I could never do with, like, this is the first CGC book I ever owned. Right here, Watchmen #1, 9/0. Paid $9 for this plus like $10 shipping, so like 19 bucks on eBay, like 10 years ago. But you know, I've never looked inside of a Watchmen #1, and I can never do that. I have Watchmen #1, but I can't look inside of it. So like, it's really nice to have. And that's all an Alan Moore book also. You know, I really love Alan Moore, but yeah, I've showed off like even the V for Vendetta and a lot of Alan Moore stuff lately. But yeah, it's really nice to have this in the raw form to be able to look through it and sift through it and not have it like locked up in a case. But yeah, really nice looking shape. You know, solid looking book. You know, just really surprised he didn't know the value of this, because he's been a dealer for like the past 10 years, so, you know, yeah, just really surprised he didn't know what that was. But here's another CGC book I got a couple years ago. Shazam #1, 7.5. Paid, I think, 24 bucks for this. Like, this was on eBay actually. This was actually free shipping, 24 bucks free shipping. So I thought for like a very fine copy, or a very fine minus copy, like this was worth it. I mean, because that's what it sells for, just alone at auction, like a couple years back. I'm sure it sells for more now, Shazam 1, because it's getting closer to the movie time. But yeah, you know, for free shipping. I mean, it costs like 14 bucks to ship a CGC case. So like, there's just like no room for profit that this guy has. You know, after fees on eBay and then like fees to get this thing slabbed and graded. But yeah, really great looking book. But and then on Sunday, the finale of all these purchases, yeah, just a common theme. You know, just kind of funny coincidences. You know, just kind of like a death theme. Cool skull cover with Galactus on it. These were 50 cents each. So this was a dealer friend of mine who I pretty much buy a lot of my books from. And these, well, not when I mention this dealer friend, these, you know, there's only just one real dealer friend that I've bought who is like who I've bought from. If I ever mention him in my hauls, there's just one. But this is actually another dealer friend who I bought from, who was having a sale, and he was selling some books. Yeah, Fantastic Four 257, just a cool skull cover. Yeah, this is from another dealer friend, and these were not at a con. He was just selling these privately, but He really had some crap books, but Superman 90. These were all 50 cents again, and I got 5 books, and it was like just it's one of those things, like a dealer thing where like you get 5. It's like the odd number, so like and these are 50 cents, so I'll just give them like $2. You know, it's like you got like 33 books for like $1 each, so I'll just pay like $30. If you have like you have 51, you'll just pay 50. Just kind of get like, you just give him an odd number, and he'll just give you like the even number, like even round number, like, and you'll get like a free book out of it. So it's like, I'll just throw this in for free, and I'll just like buy these DC Universe logo variants, Superman 99, Adventures of Superman 514, and this is this could this is, I don't think this will ever be like this is like $2-3, but this could be like you know, 20, 30 bucks. It's really what the person is willing to pay for these that makes the price for these. It's not really all in the eye of the. It's all really in the eye of the beholder. I mean, it's like a reverse Death of Superman, where it's got like Lois Lane here instead of, it's like it's like it's got the roles reversed. So it's, you know, kind of a cool looking cover. Could be 20, 30, 40 bucks. Who knows? I don't really like this cover, but again, another DCU logo variant. Action Comics 701, and finally the last book, Superboy #1, DCU logo variant. You know, this is like, I've seen like, you know, maybe 3, 4, 10 bucks maybe that they've already sold for on eBay. But you know, if you just throw these up on a lot, and you know, include that, like the Justice one, where's that at? Oh, you know, put this in a lot on eBay or something, you know, you might get like 20 bucks. Who knows? For all these logo variants. But you know, I was actually like a year ago, like in the summer, like I came across like 20 of these that I just deemed that were like just crap junk 90s books. And you know, it just really depends on the cover. I mean, you know, like I came across like a bunch of these, and like you know, Weapon X just bought them all, and it was like, I already knew that they were what they were, but I was like, just based on the cover art alone, like they just didn't look appealing to me. Like I didn't think they were good. But you know, happy that he bought them. But yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff. I know this was a very long haul. You know, I bought a lot of stuff, spent a lot of money, spent a lot of time, spent a lot of gas. You know, got a lot of books, got a lot of organizing and putting away to do. You know, spent a lot of time, you know, over the past weeks accumulating stuff. I know this is over an hour. Thanks to all the people who stick through this and watched it. Maybe if you guys paused it midway and took a break, or watched the whole thing in one shot, thanks. Again, I know I might have made some mistakes because it's just really late. A lot of words being spoken, a lot of books, a lot of stuff to remember. Thanks to all the people. Like again, thanks for like passing 250 subs. You know, maybe by the time I do the next video, I might have like 300 subs already. So again, thanks to all the people who comment, watch, like, subscribe. You know, people who tune in. Again, thanks. Peace out.